Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and we're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Well, we're back from our anniversary trip. We had so much fun. I'm sure I'll be telling you little ditties about it for the next few days because we had such a good time. But I wanted to go through some of the little things that I purchased, and I'll probably have 3 different videos. One is going to be just loose things that I purchased. Another video will be books, different books that I purchased. And then the third one will be fabrics that I purchased, and I want to launder those before that. But yeah, so I did want to tell you, do you remember I said that Joey had recommended that we get our rings cleaned and the prongs checked and have the bands polished and stuff, and then I went ahead and had mine sized. Well, he picked it up the day that we left for our anniversary trip, and do you want to know what that little sneak was up to? He replaced my diamond with a different one. Can you believe it? Upgraded the crown. So I'm tickled pink about it. It's so fun and it's very glistening. So I wanted to give you the update on that. I have a ring back, and it's beautiful. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that. Okay, so this is one. Oh, and I'll tell you real quick before I go further. So he came home from work. He got off work early that day, and he said, hey, I'm going to swing by the jeweler's and see if our rings are done. And I said, okay. So he comes home, and he came home quite quickly. So I thought, oh, they must not have been done. And I was like, were our rings done? And he's like, oh, yeah, they were done. And he reaches in his pocket. It was in this little velvet bag thing. And he gets down on one knee and asks me to marry him again. Can you guys believe it? He's such a romantic. Anyways, I wanted to share that with you. Is it any wonder I just love him so much? He's just, I love that. He's so romantic. Anywho, okay, so so our first stop, we were traveling down Route 66, and we ended up probably within 100 to maybe, I don't know, maybe 200 miles around Tulsa. And so I'm not sure where every little place was, but a lot of it was on Route 66. This I purchased somewhere I hadn't planned. We were driving to a specific spot, and there was an outdoor swap meet, and it was called a chicken swap or something like that, where they had a lot of poultry that they were selling and swapping, for different, like a little homestead farm and whatever. But they also had setup of stuff, and I purchased this $1, and I'm gonna hold it up. I don't know. Can you see that? It is absolutely gorgeous. I did have to clean the top up really well. I cleaned it all, but the top was pretty dark and dirty. So I tried to gently clean it, and I think it came out really well. And then the inside was not bad at all. So you can see that. And I don't know, I want to put something in it here on my desk that I'm going to use all the time. Maybe scrap paper or something. I don't know. And on the inside here was paper. This paper was attached to this, so you couldn't see through to the hinges. And some of it was coming off and all of that. And so I thought, oh, that's so pretty. I don't want to throw it away. Here it is. So I thought real quick what I would do. Remember we made this last week? I think it was last week. I thought, why don't I save it and glue some on here? I mean, that's what we do with junk journaling, isn't it? So I don't know. This is like a really yucky glue that, aged. I mean, the motif on this, and then I'll show you these hinges. I didn't show you those very well, but the hinges are very Art Deco-y looking, and I don't know, it to me reminds me of the 20s. I'll have to ask a friend of mine that seems to be pretty hip on the 20s or the Art Deco time period. So I thought, well, I'll just put this on here. And that way we can save it and use it and, you know, have a memory of, put that in the journal as a memory. Oh, and I wanted to let you know, like, one of my major things that I was looking for, do you remember what it was I was looking for while I was gone? Yes, it's the Betty Crocker cookbook that, where's my glue? The orange cookbook, because mine was the rings. Remember that top ring? It doesn't close very good. And so I was looking for that. Of all the places we went, I mean, we went to, I don't even know. I can't count. I bet we at least went to 20 plus places. Flea markets, thrift stores. We went to that swap meet. And did not find one that was intact. I did find the red and, you know, the red and white gingham looking ones of the Betty Crocker, but remember, it's not the, I think it's 10.5 by 8.5, and so that wasn't going to work. I found one of the orange ones that, you know, is like what I'm looking for. But what's funny is it was only the book cover. It wasn't even the rings. She had gutted it for junk journaling. I'll show you some things that I bought from that booth. This booth I found, it was a small booth, but very well used the space really, really well. She had put all kinds of junk journaling supplies in there. And so that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. There, I think that looks pretty. Let's not forget this little guy. So I guess this is just kind of, you know, an example of a way, you know, if you have something that you love and you just have a little sprig of it, you know, don't worry about, you know, that you have to toss it. Just put it on something like this. It dresses it up a little bit. So I think that turned out pretty cute. Put it back in here. So we got home last night, kind of late last night, and I don't know if you remember, I told Joey I think he should take the day, you know, have this as his day off, because he had it as the day off, but he's like, oh, we can go the whole time. Man, I think he is so glad that he didn't, that he has this day to just recoup, because it was quite the ride home. We had so much rain. Okay, I got this at a thrift store for 50 cents. I haven't opened it. But it's, and I don't even know if that's what's in it. It's weird. It feels, I don't even know. It doesn't feel like a puzzle. But it says 500 thicker pieces. And I thought, well, I don't know. Even pieces of this would look fun. We'll see what's in it. So we're coming down the highway. It's raining cats and dogs. And I mean, literally, you can't see in front of you. And I would have been pulled over so fast. But not Joey. He's not only driving in this, along with a ton of semi-trucks and other cars. With they all have their flashers on. He doesn't have his flashers on because he's afraid that people will think he's stopped. Wow. Those are fun pieces, though. I don't usually use puzzle pieces, but those are nice. Fun colors. Might even have to put it together first. That's fun. So yeah, so I'm holding on. You know that hoop deal that you can hold on to, or sometimes I think ours is more of a handle above the window, and sometimes you hang your clothes on it if it's in the back seat. I'm hanging on to that for dear life. I mean, my hand is purple. I'm hanging on to it so strong. And Joey's driving. He's got the music going. He's singing. He's grabbing his soda out of the cup holder and taking a zip. Just happy-go-lucky. Like this is nothing. And it wasn't anything to him. To me it was. Okay, so of course I nabbed these from restaurants. This is from a little restaurant, a little mom and pop we found. I want to say outside of Tulsa, called Boomerang. I can't even remember. We traveled so many places, but I thought those were fun. So that'll be put to use. This is one of my favorite purchases. I don't know if you can tell. I'll try to hold it up without collapsing it. They're meant to look like little books. And it was in a little wooden like desk tray. I did not care for the desk tray at all. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if it was original to it. But anyways, they're all from Dennison. You know, Dennison has the little sticker, like stickers and reinforcements and stuff. So like this one is gummed reinforcements. Look how big those are. Those are ones that really taste bad. These would have been key tags, but they have little ones in here, little reinforcements, but they would have been those things. Paper clips. Look at these fun paper clips. There's some real little ones in here. Like that. Aren't those fun? Then there's some kind of like copper. I have a little cubby deal behind me that these will go cute on. This one was postage stamp container. Nothing in there. That would have been super cool if there was a ton in there. Transparent mending tape. The only thing I can think of here would just be like Scotch tape. And then there is a little slot here. So I imagine it would have come out, a little roll, come out through here, slid under this thing, which you can adjust. It's metal, and then you tear it off there. So that's probably what that was. Rubber bands. Oh, and you can see there was one stuck here. I tried to get it out, but I didn't want to mess with it too much. Gummed labels. And this one has the person's return address in there. His little return address things. I don't know. Do you remember these? I do. That one's from Tulsa, it says. And then pins. So this must have been, this could have probably been like thumbtacks or little pins to put on, you know, bulletin board or something. So I just thought those were adorable. So I can't wait to get those on my shelf. Put those over here. All right, and then I bought just this stack of old papers. I saw a date on it, and I said, yeah, I'll take them. And I didn't go through all of them, but what I noticed as I went through while we were traveling is it looks like it's from a mechanic shop or a dealership or something. Truck Talk. So like this is 1956, and it's people write in about different things, and then they tell them what they need, and like here's an invoice. I thought my son-in-law might get a kick out of looking through these. Truck Division, Distribution Department. Fun. Over here I have my water because going through old paper kind of sometimes makes me cough a little bit. So I have my water over here. So we're kind of going through this a little bit together. Statement of Ultimate Vendor. truck stuff, truck talk. But still fun stuff to put in a journal, I think. New truck ads, that would have been a... Look at that, how fun that is. That color. Just all kinds of just fun ephemera, you know, that you can just fold up or just fold and put into a journal. Look at this. Small bus. See, that's already bent and ready to go. All the papers were laying on top of it, made all this fun color. These are every which way. Maybe getting there. Let's see. Here we go. 1960, 59, 58. Truck quip. This is like an order blank, just kind of fun. And then we should make one of these. I'm going to set that out. We'll make one. Price list, replacement, parts book, GMC parts manager, 1958 dealer letter, 58 subject, flat rate manuals. The school bus season is here. It's fun. What is this? I have no idea what that is. Radiator corporation of some sort, something. I don't know. I find stuff like this super fun. 1956, I think that's the oldest we have found. 56, Kansas City, Kansas. 56, Detroit, Michigan. Oh, General Motors, 2 General Motors employees. Look, it's from the Office of the President. Receipt of gifts and gratuities by employees. Oh, that sounds like an interesting letter. More invoices, 1956. It's a fun page. Fort Worth, Texas. $19.60. Okay, so that's those papers. I thought those were pretty fun. We'll figure out something to use. Put those in for sure. Okay, and then, oh my gosh, I got this bundle for $6 at a sale at a flea market. And it's very interesting because this flea market was, to me, everything was so overpriced. But yeah, I got this whole bundle. Tons of letters, and it appears to be, I read through some of them, and look at this wonderful paper, this onion skin. It appears to be letters between mother and son and mother and daughter-in-law, if I understood it right. Wonderful letters, lots of fun envelopes. Some of them are just envelopes. And then others are letters and different things. Isn't that pretty? Lots of great stamps because whoever was writing them was in Norway and sent some really pretty things here. They sent each other little clippings of things. I thought this was interesting. It looks like it was a gift bag, and they used it to wrap the package in, whatever they sent each other. It has a wonderful sound to it, and I thought it would be awesome in a journal, just as it is. So yeah, lots of neat stuff here. I love these envelopes. Or maybe, I don't know, the names are different. Maybe it's the daughter and her mother. And then the daughter's husband was stationed or doing work or something in Norway. I don't know. Were people stationed in Norway? I don't know. And I read a couple, tried to read a couple of the letters. And it appears as though the woman that was that was in Norway was a crafter, and either knitted or crocheted or something like that, because she was asking whoever this Eileen is that if she sent her money, would she purchase her these craft books and or pamphlets or whatever, and that had patterns, and send them to her, because she felt like they would get to her a lot quicker and a lot better if they were purchased in the US than sent over, versus being purchased over there. And now look at this, how dark that is, how that got like that. 1968. So it's Potter. A different Potter. I don't know. Looks like they tried to make a snowflake there. These are all cards. It looks like I haven't opened them. Huh. Has that been opened? That must have sealed bag. We'll have to gently open that. Oh, isn't that pretty? Yeah, I haven't. Looks like a whole family sent this get well message, but isn't that little birdie thing cute? Little birdie card. So anyways, lots of fun things to go through here. Look at that. Super shiny. Okay. Yeah, that's fun. This is gorgeous. I don't know if you can see that, just shimmering. It's that really thick, kind of almost like glass. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm going to put these over here. Okay, got to take a drink. Sorry about that. Okay, thank you. I wanted to read this to you that was in there. I think it's funny. I'll put it on Facebook if you want it, if you want to read it to somebody else. It's called A Little Ditty. When God gave out brains, I thought he said trains, and I missed mine. When he gave out looks, I thought he said books, and I didn't want any. When he gave out noses, I thought he said roses, and I took a big red one. When he gave out legs, I thought he said kegs, and I ordered 2 fat ones. When he gave out chins, I thought he said gin, and I ordered a double. When he gave out heads, I thought he said beds, and I took a nice soft one. Ain't I a mess? That's funny. That reminds me of something my dad would have sent to his mom when he was, stationed away. Anyways, fun. Okay, so that's it for letters. Then I got this. I think it's vintage. It said it was vintage wallpaper, and it's not gluey on the back, so you have to put the glue on yourself. But isn't that fun? It's about a yard. I measured. It's about a yard. So I thought that would be fun, especially if I ever get going on my mushroom journal. Okay, then I saw this. Okay, so when I saw this, It's a thing of cards, and it was set like this on the shelf. And when I grabbed it like this, it tipped like that, like that, and cards went everywhere. Thankfully, Joey was with me, and he helped me pick them all up. Sometimes we split up. Aren't these gorgeous? Now look at this. I think they're German, and I'll show you why here in a second. I don't understand. I don't understand like what the names of the kings and queen, or so like this is a king with a K. Well, let's look at it this way. Here's a king with a K. Here's a queen, but it says D, and here is a jack, I'm thinking, and it's a B. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. But anyways, I loved how pretty these were. I think that was a king. Aren't these pretty? Look at how dainty that is. I just love them. And, you know, just like it is with everything else, almost everything else I have in my house, I like stuff that a lot of people don't care to have. And so we were at this thrift store, and, you know, everything was more expensive than what I normally would buy things for. But then you have this double set of vintage playing cards that are so gorgeous, and they were $3. To me, that's a great price. I was just getting these to see if they were all the same, or if there were some different, you know, if the pictures were different. Joey's like, I don't know, I'll better count and make sure there's 52. And I'm like, I'm taking them even if they're not 52. I don't care. I'm going in journals. Let's see. Okay, there's a B and a B. So they are different. King. Oh, they're so pretty. They are totally different. Here's another B. Hope you can see these. Oh, aren't they so pretty? I just love them. They're so pretty. And then here's the Jokers, the Jolly Joker. 3. Normally I see 2, but there's 3. And let's see if the ace has anything on it. Well, there it is. Nope. But this 7 has this information, and I don't know if you can see that or not. And one reason I think it's German is I was looking at the little booklet that came with it. I'll show it to you. But also Stuttgart. And that's where I was born, in Stuttgart. So that's what makes me think it's German. Kind of, I'll open it. 1958. I didn't realize this until I got it home. It's neat. So I don't know if somebody knows for sure, let me know in the comments. Or if you recognize it's a different language, let me know. I don't know. My dad was stationed in Germany, and that's why I happened to be born there. Okay, but that's pretty cool, isn't it? And what a fun little case. Little street lights and stuff. Okay. Oh, and then here is another organizer for my desk. I loved this. It's a little stacking canister set. Frenchtown, New Jersey. Made in the US. I don't know if it's old or not. I don't know. I just thought it was cute and it was very cheap. So I thought that was really cute. Okay, and then here's just a bunch of little stuff. Got some buttons. I think these were like 50 cents. And I really needed some little buttons. And then I went to this thrift store that had, this just came off of some paper or something. I went to a thrift store that had a whole container of old sewing things like wooden spools and just all kinds of stuff. And I have so much of that stuff. I just didn't want it all. And I asked him, could I just pick out some stuff? And I said, I'll pay for the whole thing and just pick out some stuff. And she's like, yeah. So that's what I did. It was $5, but she told me, no, just pay $3 for, or let's see, $1. That's what it was. She gave me what I picked out. She gave it to me for $1. And I thought they were super cute. So these were in it. These little guys, which I need littles. And I love these. And I found this pink button. And then I thought that was super cute. I can remember when I made my daughters their clothing when they were little, using these little snaps, and I remember this picture. So that was fun to get. And this is always fun to cut and use on different things. And I've seen 2 different people on videos and the week prior to me leaving, using these numbers as their date. So like if you did a December daily, you know, you could use 1 through 31. And I think that's a really good idea. I'm gonna look at this little, I don't know if you can see it. It's a little teeny tiny button in there. And then there was a booth at another place we went to that had these little keys. And those are always fun. I mean, it's fun to get the kind that, you know, are pretend keys. And I do use those, and those are fun. But it is also a lot of fun to use a real key on stuff. And then some cute little cards, some recipe cards. I don't have this kind, so that's cute. And then that one booth that I told you about that had a bunch of different things for junk journalers. She had gutted a bunch of books and stuff, and then she had the book covers for 50 cents each. And so I thought, well, yeah, why couldn't you just make your own little book out of those? So I bought a few. Wildflowers, What is a Friend? Isn't that cute? This one I thought was sweet. It says Ivy Wed, which is great, you know. And I did get it in case I do a wedding one. It's very pretty. Probably put a little bit of lace over it, but isn't this pretty? And she left this page in, but even if you took that page out, this wallpaper matches, you know, this side. So I thought that was a great deal for me. I thought 50 cents each. And then this old Gida's Flower Lane. When I checked out at this particular flea market, the lady that owns the flea market said, oh, I did an estate sale for this particular person years ago. And so I guess that lady this was a small town, she had a flower shop there. So those will be fun to tuck in. This $3, I really didn't even look through this. I opened it and it was really down low. And I knew that I love this kind of paper. My hands were full, so I said, Joey, can you just thumb through? And he went like that, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. Well, look at how sweet some of these are and how fun these will be for Christmas. Whoops. What do I got? What do I got here? This goes here. Okay. I just think these are so sweet. Does anybody remember these that, you know, you tri-fold and then you just put the stamp on and you send them? Here's some more. Aren't these fun? These are the ones that I guess were originally in the packet, you know, because you remember they all came this way. This looks like a currant. That reminds me of currant. Is that what this is? Yep, currant. I love those. Those are super fun. These are really neat. So I'll definitely need to put these in a journal. Oh, wow. I didn't even see that. Those are really pretty. May just be sending some letters in these. More Christmas. Cardinal. Ooh, that's really pretty. That's also kind of a, you know, with the pine on there, or whatever tree that is. That could be a winter. Look at that. That could be autumn. Oh, yeah, look. Oh, I don't do M's. I can't do them. But there's mushrooms. When I say an M, I'm not talking about mushrooms. I'm talking about those things. Can't do it. I'll cut that up. I can't do it. Frogs and snails. Okay. Yep. It's not rational. I understand that. And I guess it's like most extreme phobias. Typically, they're not you know, it's not a rational, doesn't make sense. But it is what it is. Okay. And then I was inspired. I bought this. It's one of those signs. It's a plexi exclamation. And I was inspired by that journal that I had gotten. And, you know, let's see. I think I have it over here. Remember, it has the J here. And then there's something in, oh, and here's a T. And then it had this, and it's all made out of that plasticky stuff that you put, I guess you make a sign with. And so I was inspired and I thought, well, this might be, let's see, how tall is it? This might be fun as a writing board. Ooh, it's 10 inches tall. 10 by almost 4. It would fit in my Betty Crocker if I use the Betty Crocker. Well, I was going to tell you, the girl that had these, she had the Betty Crocker one that I'm making the Four Seasons out of, but she had gutted it, and it didn't have the rings. She had completely took them off. So that was the only time I had seen that particular cookbook. And do you know, we went to so many places. I searched high and low. Look at these fun, really vintage patterns. So one thing I like about these is that they don't, a lot of times when they're stamped across the pretty image, and I don't like that. So I thought these were fun because they weren't stamped across. This one I like because the women are individual. So if you were to cut them out, you know, now you would cut her foot off if you cut her out. But I'm just saying, there's a couple of individuals. These are a couple of individuals here and only 2 on that one. And then these 3 are individuals. So I like to look for that. Another thing that I was looking at was, you know, I hadn't seen Butterick and I hadn't seen Vogue in a long time. So I was looking them up to see what is the copyright on them. And I still need to do a little more research, but Butterick and Vogue evidently have been purchased by McCall. And So I don't know if they hold a patent or a copyright to these, but I could not find a copyright on any of this on the envelope. It did say that McCall started out with everything they had being copywritten, but I didn't see it on some of these. Now the Simplicity has it, but these two, Vogue and Butterick, didn't. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep looking and see what I can find out about that. Oh, and then on that same place that had the all the stuff for junk journaling, she had tons of different doilies, cloth doilies, and I have a bunch of cloth doily, or not cloth, I'm sorry, paper doilies. And look how sweet she put them. I have a ton, but I don't have, if I have this size, I don't have very many, and I just thought these were sweet, and they were 10 for $1, so I got that one. And then these are a little bit older. You can see they're a little aged, and I just thought these were so delicate. And I don't know that I have this size, actually. I think I have a size in between. I have what I would consider like a coaster size, and then I have one I think that's probably just a little bit bigger than this. What size is this? 6 inches? Maybe the ones I have are 8 inches. But I just loved them, and I was really grateful to find those. She had so many, every size, every kind. She had hearts, all kinds of stuff. And I might find more from her in here. I don't know. Okay, so then there was another flea market, and sweet, sweet, sweet. This girl had, I need to move some stuff real quick while I talk. Hopefully you can hear me. This girl had made some things with, for junk journaling. And what I'm looking up right now, I meant to do this ahead of time. I am looking for Summer's Bounty, because I kind of feel like, now this isn't everything, but yeah, I feel like she used Summer's Bounty for this, and I thought that would be really fun to show Michelle over at Junk Journal Studio that I found this out in the wild. But I don't know if I have it printed and haven't used it, what we're going to look at here. So we'll look and see. But yeah, I think this is it right here, I think. Okay, let's take a look. And then this print here. So let's take a look and see. But I saw it and was like, oh, how fun. And oh my gosh, you guys, it's so, to me, it's so fun to support other junk journal people, you know, whether it's their supplies or buying a journal, or like this where the girl had made some things. Let's see. Get it back in my drawer here. Okay. Is that the same one? I don't know if it is or not. This was $1. I was just like, yeah, I'm buying it. So yeah, so here's this. And here's this. So it is. Have to be sure and tell Michelle. Isn't that something? So fun. Okay, so very cute how she did it. She took one of the larger, and I don't know, this might even be a page that she made a tag out of. Can't quite tell. Might have been a page, and she put it on cardstock. Make sure there's anything else in there. Okay, and then she just cut off things. So this would have been here, and she used it as an extra little something to write on. And then these are all done in cardstock. So she did those. And then she cut the tab. Super fun. And I'll tell you, I looked and looked. It's called As the Paper Turns. I can't remember where it was. Somewhere in Oklahoma. And I can't find her anywhere. So maybe she only does it, at a flea market. Anyways, I thought that was super free. But I got these retro style gift bags and tags. This was like $2.50 for this. And I don't know how people do it. And I think she made these. Well, let's see. I don't know. No, maybe not. I don't know. She might have, because they're not positioned exactly the same. So she may have printed it on the bag. I don't know. And then here's a postal stamp. Isn't that sweet? I love them. How many are there? 5. And then she used the rest of the bag to make all these little tags. She just used whatever was left of the bag. Gosh. This flea market was probably the furthest away. It was, so it wouldn't be like we would just be able to go back. I don't remember the town. I just remember it was one of the first places we stopped, and we drove and drove, and then we started at a particular point. Then we were working through Oklahoma. We went to Muskogee. This might have been in Muskogee. Oh my gosh, so cute. I'm just tickled about that one. Okay. Okay, then we went to a flea market, and this guy had so much ephemera, you guys, that, and I hadn't even noticed. I turned a corner. He was in a corner, and he had a big booth, and he had these boxes that maybe like comic book boxes, and he just had shelves and shelves of them, and then he would have like written on it ephemera, maps, photos, whatever. Anyways, he had a ton of them that said ephemera, and I thought, I cannot stand here and hold these boxes and try to go through it. So there was a setup of like 3 different cafeteria tables in the center of this place, and I grabbed one of those chairs and came over there, and I sat there. I don't even know how long I sat there going through. I went through every single box, pulled out these ditties, and looking and reading things was very interesting. Some of the stuff was really interesting. I get done, go to put the chair up, and across the aisle from where these cafeteria table things was a whole nother booth of his with probably twice as much ephemera. And I told Joey, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't look at it anymore. I can't do anymore. But these are fun. I thought those were fun. Look how big they are. Definitely, we'll use those in a journal for sure. That's 10.5 inches by almost 4 3/4. Yeah, and everything was just super cheap. Look at this, 1911. It's a little notebook with different things. It's all about this bliss herb. Purifies the blood, helps the kidney, regulates the liver. It has weather forecasts. just miscellaneous stuff in here. Thought it was fun. Anyways, this is how he kind of had everything. He had them in these cards like this, kind of like comic books, and then they were just lined up. But this one, I don't know why that's in there. I must have gotten rid of the other thing. So what year is this? 1937. Electric and Telephone Company. $1.75, but if you pay ahead of time, you get a little bit off. 25 cents it looks like. So I thought those are fun. I don't know. I just like stuff like that. I think it's neat. And then here are some... Oh, my nose is itching like crazy. These are checks. I like the color. February 14th, 2022. Look how pretty they write. Oh, Nell got... She got 2 checks. One right after the other on that day. She get another one? Nope. Huh. Bank of Agra. Interesting. I liked the color. I think they'll be neat. Okay, I need to take a drink, and my nose is starting to itch like crazy with this stuff. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, that must be where these little guys went. And then I think this book must have been in that little plasticky thing. Okay. Then these are checks and such. Here's a check. We could just write that. And then it's 19-1 something. You could write. Nuwala. Bank of Nuwala. Here's one for May 2nd, 1904. $2 for poll tax. Here's one 1907. What's this say? 1 brown horse mule, 1 black horse mule, 1 South Bend wagon, 1 sit harness complete in full, $350. Wowza. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Okima National Bank. I don't know if I'm saying that right. See this is the bank it was drawn on, and this is the bank. Pay any bank or banker. The Okima National Bank pays the Merchants Liquid National Bank. Huh. Boy, it really changed hands. Pay Indiana National Bank. So they just kept moving it along. 1909. Final distribution of the estate of James Blyther or something like that. 1909. 1910. Expense attending. 1911. I like when they tell what it's for. 1911. Interesting, they crossed out Central National Bank and put M.A. Redmond, something like that. And same here, the Cox something company. Weird how we used to do things, huh? 2012. 2012. I just love the writing. 1916. 1927. That's a neat one. 1927. Very cool. And then I think this is the last one. This was only a couple of dollars, and I really like it. Sometimes it's hard to tear up old things, but when they're already torn, you know, you feel like it's fine. So look at this, 1989. I'm not sure what it's for. Little document stamps. Exchange something. Kansas City, Missouri. This one's Kansas City, Missouri too. See how it's already broke up like that, torn. Then it looks like they cancel the stamp, put a stamp over it. Isn't this beautiful writing? Look at that. Yeah, they have like a cancellation stamp on there. 19 paid October 10th, 1899, Kansas City, Missouri. That one's really thick. This one feels like parchment almost. 1989, that's the year my grandpa was born. Or 1898, the year my grandpa was born. Elevator company. And look here, they must not have had a cancellation stamp, because look what they did. They just drew right through it. Vanderslice Lind Mercantile Company, receivers and shippers of grain, 1899. Wheat. This one also feels like parchment. And you can see how you can see the writing through it. Same with this one, feels parchment. Wonder if I have pieces. I wonder if this is part of this. No. They must have been just little ones. You know, like about that size. Like that. Yeah. And this one, 1900. This is a really fun one. What is this for? Value received with interest thereon at the rate of 6% per annum from date until paid. How many dollars? Oh, 650. Yeah, there it is up here, 650. He's got it broken down. 1,000 something at 69 equals 690, less margin 40, $650. I love it. I love it. So fun. So fun. Okay, I'll put that in a second. Then I went to, let's see. It was at the outdoor swap meet that we first went to, and I found this, and I asked the lady, nothing was priced. I asked her how much. She said $1. Isn't it beautiful? And then look at what it's on the back. Isn't that cool? I mean, you just don't even want to, I don't know what to do with it because I love both sides of it. I peeked in here because this side, they stapled it to it. And it's a piece of cardboard. Kind of a little thicker than maybe your cereal box. So I don't know what that must have been, like maybe a big poster in a grocery store or something. And they took it down and cut it to back their piece. Then they must have had it framed. It wasn't framed when I got it, but I really liked it. So I'm not going to frame it. I'm just going to keep it like this because I want to be able to see the back. Oh boy. How are we doing on time? Oh my gosh, 1 whole hour. Well, I better let you go. And when we come back, maybe we'll make some of these. Because I think that's going to be fun. Well, thanks everybody for looking through some of the goodies that we found on our trip. Joey found a ton of really good Hot Wheels for his collection. I'm so happy about that because, you know, I find all these fun ditties and it's really, really fun when he can find some fun things too. He's so pumped. He had so much fun. It was a great time. So next time, we might do a few crafts in between, but next time I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you my finds. I'm going to show you the books, and I'm going to get the fabric done, laundered, so you can see some of that too. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching and hanging out with me and listening to our little trip. Our anniversary trip was super fun. And we want you to know we pray blessings over you and that you're so loved. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.